Some straight talk about Equifax Small Business. You need to know who they are and what they do because people are using Equifax's small business data about your company to make all kinds of decisions about you. So during this training, we're going to talk about Equifax Small Business, who they are, who's getting data from them, what the data is being used for. We're going to take a look at what's on your Equifax commercial credit reports. We're going to decode Equifax's 5 business credit scores, and you'll even learn how you can control those to be able to get better financing. Speaking of financing, we're going to talk about how lenders and credit issuers are using Equifax small business data to determine if you should be approved, how much you should get, and the rates and terms you should pay, even how to improve your Equifax reports so you get more money at better terms. And at the end of this training, I'm going to get you access to our business credit building guide and free credit monitoring with Equifax Commercial as well. We got a lot to cover, so let's dive in. Equifax Small Business is really important, especially if you want to get any kind of credit or financing, and it's important that you control the data as well because a lot of people are using Equifax data to make all kinds of decisions about you. What data they're tapping into and decisions they're making, we're going to talk about during this training. But Equifax is one of the 3 largest business credit reporting agencies. The biggest is Dun & Bradstreet, Experian's a distant second, and Equifax is third. Now, Equifax is important because Equifax is primarily used by lenders that issue loans and credit lines. So if you want to get loans and credit lines in the beginning stages of your business all the way to major expansion down the road, you need to control and know your Equifax profile and scores because that's what banks are going to look at to make those kind of decisions. As a matter of fact, if you ever want to get any kind of SBA loan, SBA loans take into account business credit scores from FICO SBSS. And FICO SBSS takes into account your Experian, Equifax, and Dun & Bradstreet credit profiles and credit scores. So you need to build credit with Equifax. You need to make sure that you're maintaining good credit with Equifax Small Business to have an acceptable FICO score that's even able to get you approved for an SBA loan. So bottom line, if you want to get loans, you want to get credit lines, you want to get low rate, long-term financing, you need to control your Equifax credit profile and score because that's what lenders are looking at most to make those decisions. So who is using Equifax data? Well, first of all, it's used for marketing purposes. We kind of sometimes forget that the reporting agency's job is to gather information about us and then sell it to whoever will buy it. So a lot of people tap into Equifax's commercial data to be able to market to small businesses. They actually want all the information Equifax has on those small business owners so they can come in and target market certain businesses in certain industries with certain revenue amounts, amongst many other factors. So they can actually buy this information from Equifax, segregate it into lists that they want to buy, and then buy actual lists from Equifax that are typically used for solicitation and marketing purposes. Now, obviously, we're also familiar with lenders and credit issuers. They're using Equifax commercial credit reports to determine your likelihood of repaying money that's actually issued to you. So it's very important if you want to get credit cards, if you want to get loans, if you want to get credit lines, you've got to control your Equifax profile and score because this is what lenders and credit issuers are looking at to make the determination of whether you should be approved, how much you should get, and the rates and terms you should pay. So when somebody accesses your Equifax credit report, what's on it? Well, there's actually a lot of information on your credit report. First of all, Equifax provides a credit limit recommendation to credit issuers and lenders. Basically, they're recommending to lenders and credit issuers how much money you should be lent. So if you're not getting loan amounts, credit lines amounts, or credit card limits that are high as what you want them to be, well, then you want to work on building your Equifax that goes a long way to helping you get approved for more money at better terms. It also has summary information of how you're paying your bills overall. We call this DBT, or days beyond terms. So there's a DBT section on your Equifax credit report that tells whoever it is that's accessing it how much on average you're paying beyond terms or whether you're paying early or not. So if you're 30 days on average beyond terms or late, well then your summary section is going to show that. It's also going to show all your business information, your company information, your name, your address, your phone number, the NAICS or the industry code that your actual industry is in as well. All trade experience data that's reported to Equifax also is on your business credit report. So for example, if Staples issues a credit report and they report that credit card to Equifax, then your payment history with them will be on your credit report. And you got to be careful. Equifax won't show you the actual name of credit card issuer, so it won't show you Office Depot or Staples was the creditor. It'll actually just tell you Office Supplies. Okay, but all those accounts and those trade experiences will show on your Equifax credit report. So will public records, lawsuits that you're part of in your business, actual collections, judgments, anything to do with public records, even UCC filings where lenders put this on your credit report to notify other lenders that you have an outstanding loan. All of that is on your commercial credit reports as well. You'll see multiple credit scores on your Equifax credit profile. We'll talk about that in a few minutes as well. You can even see inquiries. You can't see those that inquired into getting your business credit report, but you can see the number of inquiries that are there as well. You can also even see other data like alerts or notifications when things change, such as ownership changes in your business. All of that can be seen on your Equifax credit report. Now, we talked about credit scores, so let's talk a little bit about the different credit scores you're going to see on your Equifax credit report and lenders, credit issuers, and others are accessing to make decisions about you. So Equifax provides up to 5 credit scores you can actually access on your Equifax Small Business Credit Report. Now, the first of all is called the Small Business Risk Score. This is the main credit score from Equifax, very similar to Paydex being Dun & Bradstreet's main credit score or IntelliScore being Experian's main credit score. In the business world, the Small Business Risk Score from Equifax is their main credit score. And it's 100% based on how you've paid the bills that report to Equifax. These are called payment experiences. So when a trade provider, so for example, Staples, reports a credit card payments to Equifax, Equifax then has that as a payment experience. Well, they take these payment experiences that are reporting to them and they basically see how you pay your bills on average, and then they give you a number that represents mathematically how you pay your bills. So a 90 score is a good score with Equifax. It means you're paying your bills as agreed. If you pay them early, well, then you could have a 95 or even a 100 score. If you pay them late, you could have a 70, 50, 20 score. How low your score is going to be based on how late you're actually paying. So it's just based on historical data from trade experiences that are reported to them. Now, they also have a delinquency predictor as well, and the delinquency predictor is very similar to the Small Business Risk Score, but the difference is it takes into account financial data as well. So we start looking at things like your industry, the number of employees that you may have, any financial data that Equifax has about you as well, payment or collection data. All of that is then taken into account to come up with a delinquency predictor. Those are the two most common scores that are used with Equifax. But Equifax also has a failure score. Now, their failure score is used to depict, well, your risk of failing, your risk of closing your doors, filing bankruptcies, going out of business. And that actually predicts the likelihood that that can happen within the next 12 months. And again, takes into account payment experience data that's reported to Equifax, as well as other financial data. Again, your industry, collections, UCC filings, even inquiries, all those things are used to calculate this failure risk score. Now, Experian also has an Equifax credit risk score for suppliers. It's specifically intended to show the risk of suppliers or to suppliers as well. And then they also have a payment index. And the payment index is just basically your payment experiences reporting to them and your financial data. And that's used to depict your likelihood of defaulting on future obligations. So those are a handful of scores that you can actually see on Equifax's credit reports. And keep in mind, the quality of your scores, how high your scores are, oftentimes determines how much Equifax is recommending to lenders and credit issuers you'll be lending. It directly is related to the interest rates you pay. So if you're not getting approved for as much money as you want to get, or if you're not getting the interest rates you want to get, well, then more than likely the quality of your Equifax credit reports can definitely be a factor. So do you access your Equifax commercial credit reports and scores? Well, you can go to Equifax directly. It could be as much as about $50 a month to access credit monitoring with them. Even right now, it's hard to even access credit monitoring for your Equifax small business credit scores with Equifax for some reason. But you can also get them as part of your reports with D&B and Experian for only $24 total. Usually it's $250 a month. You can get it for about $24 if you go to creditsuite.com/monitoring. Creditsuite.com/monitoring will get you access to Equifax, Experian, and Dun & Bradstreet credit reports for only $24, which saves you like 90% from what you pay the credit reporting agencies. Now, you also can go to creditsuite.com/reports, and this is a very free and easy and really necessary search you should look into, because at creditsuite.com/reports, you can do a search with reporting agencies to see if they know that you're set up now. And that's important because reporting agencies like Experian and Equifax can create credit profiles and failing scores for you even when you don't have any data reporting to them, just because they know you exist. If they know your business name, industry, and your address, they will create a credit report, give you a failing score. So you kind of need to know if that's the case or not. You can look those things up at creditsuite.com/reports. And if you want a free guide on building your business credit with Equifax, Experian, and Dun & Bradstreet, you can go to creditsuite.com/EIN, creditsuite.com/EIN. And if you want your free credit reports with Equifax, Experian, and Dun & Bradstreet, well, then give us a call. On a free consultation call with us, we will get your credit reports with D&B, Equifax, Experian at no cost, saves you $250. works. We'll do a fundability assessment to figure out what's wrong with fundability, help you improve that, give you tips and tactics to build your business credit, and do a funding assessment. Funding qualification will tell you all the funding you can qualify for right now. There's a good chance you can get loans or credit line, don't even know it. We'll go through all that on the consultation call. 877-600-2487 is our number for your free consult. That's 877-600-2487, info@creditsuite.com. You can email us there as well, or you can schedule online at creditsuite.com/consult. Did you get value from this training? If you did, make sure you like and subscribe and keep your eye out for our next training where we talk about more cool ways to get money to start and grow your business.